Today's Midday Kentucky Cooking segment brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.
Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. We are in the kitchen with Miss Allison Davis. And Allison, it is freezing cold outside. Oh my gosh. So what have you got for us this week? I know you're going to be warming us up in this cold weather. So what do you got?
Well, you know, we've had all these snow days, and I was thinking about what you could do at home with the kids. A recipe that I love is homemade marshmallows.
Awesome.
So I don't know that we've done that before here, and I thought what a perfect thing to do is talk about how to make homemade marshmallows. I'm telling you, it's going to up your hot chocolate game.
All right.
All right, so we have a simple syrup that we're starting with. In here I've got some vanilla and water.
Okay.
And I'm going to add 1 3/4 cup of sugar. And then I have some corn syrup as well, so 1/3 cup of corn syrup. All right, and that's going to go in, and we've got to get this syrup boiling and get it up to a nice high heat. And I've got a thermometer that we can check it, but we're going to bring this up to about 250 degrees.
Oh, okay.
So I've got it on a high heat here. I'm just going to mix in the sugar with the water and the vanilla and just let that dissolve, and we'll get a thermometer on that and let that go while we're working on some other things.
Well, it definitely doesn't look like it has a lot of healthy ingredients going into it, does it?
You know,
but it's
marshmallow.
Sugar, it's a marshmallow, and it's going to go in my hot chocolate. It's going to make me and you both feel
very,
really,
very
really good.
happy.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I like to do when I'm candying or if I'm working and baking, especially when we're trying to get an exact temperature with our sugar so that it doesn't go too far, I like using just a digital stem thermometer.
Okay.
You can even set your temperature there, so I'm just going to pop that in there, and we're just going to watch that work here for a little bit while we're working on some other ingredients.
Okay.
So marshmallows, you know, have to kind of have something in them that helps them to form their shape.
Yeah.
So we use gelatin. Okay. So if you'll open that, I'm going to open up 2 packs of gelatin, and I've got about 1/3 cup of water that's going to go in and sit with the gelatin so that it absorbs that.
Okay.
And then that's what we're going to be mixing together with this syrup once the syrup is together.
All right. And that's what kind of keeps it all together. And,
Exactly.
And kind of soft. Do they say soft then?
These are super gooey. I mean, honestly, like, you want your marshmallows to sit for about, I'd say at least 2 hours after you whip them up, so that they can set and really come together.
Awesome.
So I'm going to take this water, I'm going to use my fork again and just kind of mix in that gelatin, and we'll let that sit here for a second, and you'll see how that really just soaks up all of the water.
Okay. And do you have to keep stirring this, or you just let that
Not
kind of do
really.
its
You
thing?
really want to bring it to a bubble. It's just going to start bubbling really well, and we're going to get it to that, you know, 250 degree mark. All right. So this is really all of the ingredients as far as the marshmallows go, and then we're going to start whipping it in this mixer.
Okay.
I use a whisk attachment in the mixer, and we're going to whip that for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So that what happens is it really gets that light and white, fluffy marshmallow cream look, right? And then once you've whipped it for about 10 minutes, that's when we're going to transfer it into this casserole dish.
Yeah.
And of course, it's marshmallow cream, so it's super sticky. So we're going to mix that with some powdered sugar. So I go ahead and I prep the bottom of the pan with some powdered sugar, just to help ease when we start cutting the marshmallows, and then we're going to coat the top as well when they come out. So this is rising, but what I really wanted to talk about today was this cookbook.
Okay.
So this is a local author. She's Stella Parks. She started here in Lexington, and she spent about 6 years writing this cookbook. And this is where I got the marshmallow recipe from.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. So she started this cookbook. Her blog is Brave Tart, and she's a friend of mine, and her recipes are sensational. And she spent 6 years on this book, and it's all about iconic American desserts.
Yeah.
So not only does she give you the marshmallow recipe, she also gives you how to make homemade graham crackers. You name it, it's in here. So when you think of iconic American desserts, what is just something that comes to you?
Oh gosh, like pies. I mean, cherry pie, any type of pie.
So she's got the lemon meringue pie.
Yeah.
But what's nice about this cookbook, she also goes into the history of like where the lemon meringue pie came from and like how it got started. Even like the chocolate chip cookie. Why was it called a chocolate chip cookie? And Nestle didn't come up with it. It started far before Nestle ever said we're the first chocolate chip cookie.
Wow, so you get a little history lesson in addition to the recipe.
And then like the old nostalgic like cookies that we're used to, like Oreo cookies and Nutter Butters, like how to make make them yourself at home. So these cookbooks are sensational. We have them at Wild Thyme, and all of the ones that we have at Wild Thyme are also signed by her. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about this book. So I was excited to share a recipe from her book
Awesome.
that we can show. So we're getting up to almost 200 degrees here. We're going to let this keep going for about, you know, again, 250. Go ahead and look at this gelatin.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's super thick.
Yeah.
So we'll let this cool. We're going to mix this in with the mixer.
Okay.
We're going to whip this up, and then we're going to show our audience the finished marshmallows here in just a minute.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, for this recipe and many other recipes, head over to our website at WTBQ.com/Midday Kentucky, or you can head over to Allison's website at wildtimecooking.com. She's also on Instagram at
Chef Allison Davis.
There it is. We will be right back right after this short break. Keep it right here. We got marshmallows, people.
Today's cooking segment was brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.